It's day 346. Today was a decent day. Sales wise, it was pretty good. We did 400, which is a little uptick, slight uptick, but overall, I'm more stoked about the consistent sales that we've had this month, and just more proof of concept, honestly. Like, things are doing a lot better, and what we're gonna start doing, which we should have started a fucking long time ago, but we're gonna have separate landing pages and products duplicate, so it'll be the same thing. We're still selling the same thing, but it'll give us full insights into our metrics, so our exact conversion rate and click-through rate, to really know like how good, and like just really understand our metrics better. So really fucking stupid that we weren't doing that before, because that's like very important, especially in testing different things. But we were also running pretty low volume, so that was kind of the reason, and it was working. So I was like, fuck it. But now, today, I purchased 84 new domains. So, and that comes along with 250 total inboxes. So we're currently sending with 60, so that gives us over 300, and that gives us the ability to send in groups of 15,000 at a time, which is 5 times what we're currently doing. And this won't be implemented immediately because you do have to let things warm up and everything, but definitely I think in May we will be doing that kind of volume. So it's like, yeah, it's cool to estimate our conversion rate right now, and I think we are pretty close to what the number may be. But once we get these metrics dialed in for the next few batches, at least in April, we'll be able to see exactly what kind of numbers we're working with, and I'll be able to make solid projections. So, but I mean, as of right now, I think we're doing 1%, maybe conservatively. So that's, we 5x that number. We're doing 75,000. We can send 75,000 next month. Convert 1% of those. It's like I said, I think I said this like 3 times, but 21,000 next month, which would be pretty solid, for this just being a side project. So it's looking fucking good. I'm really excited with that. Has a lot of potential, but one thing, I did not work on the SaaS today. It was bullshit. I got dragged. I had to do a good amount of work for like the setting up the domains and inboxes and everything, and going back and forth with that. So I was waiting on some stuff, and it took longer than I expected, and I kind of fell out of my momentum, and I should have been working on the SaaS, but I just didn't. I thought it was gonna be like 30 minutes, and it turned into like 4 hours. So it is what it is. But yeah, the SaaS is still the main focus, and it's getting there. But I think I've been way too stagnant on it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been working on the job scrapers for a little too long now. Like, tomorrow, no bullshit, I'm just gonna finish the job scrapers, and they're gonna be what they're gonna be, and I'm gonna come back to them later. But it's also like, fuck, I can't really do that, because it's like, the next piece of the puzzle is built around, the job scrapers and the job database that we're gonna have to have. So it's like, fuck, I really can't, like, I kind of have to do this one perfectly the first time, which is also why it's been taking so fucking long. But I don't know, it just hasn't been working. So I need to come up with a different approach. But yeah, things are solid outside of that. I really think we have a lot of potential with just the cold emails. Like always, cold emails are such an underrated method of acquiring clients, customers, everything in between. It's so fucking good. It's so good. Well, it's only good if you have good leads, but it's really not hard to get good leads. It's really not. You just got to get a little creative. So yeah, we're in a good spot. And I mean, yeah, if that holds up in May, like I said, we'll just scale again. You know what I mean? We'll 5x it again, or maybe not 5x it, but 2x it. You know what I mean? We could be at 40K a month, 50, 60. You know what I mean? Just for like the amount of work I'm putting in, is just just insane. I had some thoughts too today about what to do with the future of this, because it's like, you know, we only have a finite number of leads, and I estimated that number to be maybe like on the high end, maybe not on the high end, but like somewhere in close to 1 million. You know what I mean? So if we can send to every single one of them and convert 1% of them, which I think is reasonable and a solid number, we would have 10,000 sales. And I'm not really so much focused on like the revenue generated with that, but more like we have 10,000 people that have bought the product. The next step would be, and we're going to do this before that you know, the last email is sent, but we're going to create a community around the product, and just have some moderators in there, you know, making sure people are getting help and getting advice and such and such. And then once we run out of leads, you know, we'll have this community of 10,000 people. We're going to build, and this was already going to be a play, but we're going to build a higher ticket product that's going to be more encompassing of what we teach, because what we teach is really a very small sliver of the pie, and it's very valuable still. So I think we can charge anywhere like $200 to $300 for a higher ticket offer. Anyway, we're going to have that group of 10,000, you know, members in the community, and those are also the highest intent buyers. You know, these are people that have bought from us now. These are people that buy. These are people that pull out their credit cards. So I think we could convert off the bat on launch, I think like 5% of those people on the high ticket offer. And you know, that's another fucking whatever, $50,000, and we could then use that as seed money to start running influencer campaigns and paid ads and, you know, everything in between. So it's a really good funnel we're headed towards. And like the beauty of it, I mean, there are challenges and difficulties that will be unforeseen and stuff like that, but the beauty of it is really, it's like the system is in place. You know, we built the system, it works, it's scalable. So we're in a pretty good spot. In the next couple of months we'll be profitable, and they will be relatively low effort. But another thing I forgot to mention about the cold email, the one-on-one outreach that we're doing, is like our reply rate is really high. It's like just under 30% of the email of the people we contact reply, so 30% of them. So it's like our inbox that we collect all these replies in is just getting, you know, bigger and bigger every single day. And I was looking through it, and there's a lot of potential in there to convert more people. You know, there's a lot of people that are probably on the edge in there. So that's not even really gonna factor into the conversion rate. But like once this campaign finalizes, or maybe towards the end of the month, I think we're gonna go in the inbox, and by that point it'll probably be like 5,000, you know, replies that we gotta sift through. And obviously it's like, fuck, you know, some of them are a bit older, and we are losing the interest likely. But this is just a supplementary thing that's like, well, we just reply to all these people, coerce them, you know. It's really like one-on-one selling, but it's like, I think we could convert an additional, I mean, out of 5,000, we definitely could convert more than 1% out of those people, because they are the ones applying, you know, they're the ones that are interested. So who knows what that number is, but it's definitely going to be a good, you know, added benefit to our top line. So that's something I fucking gotta put on the to-do list. But yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And yeah, it's exciting. You know, one thing I've learned is like, one thing that really flipped a switch in me recently, and I don't know why, but it's like just the fact that you can just like reach out to people, you can just contact people. And I think it's because I saw a Steve Jobs video, but I'd seen it before, so I don't know why this time around it stuck with me. But it was a quote of him saying something like, you know, a lot of people don't take the initiative to like reach out to people and call people and talk to people, and, you know, like put themselves in the way of opportunity. And he used an example of like cold calling, you know, a business owner in Silicon Valley, and like for a part that he needed, and it like turned into like a, you know, kind of a blossoming relationship. And I just realized it's like I really don't do that now, and it's like really kind of just hurting me. So I started doing a bit more. I mean, I talked to another guy that does cold email that I just found him on Twitter, and he's seems pretty cracked. He's doing his own thing, and he's helping me with the inboxes and stuff like that. So it's just like someone that's just like you would have never known, you know what I mean? But it made like a slightly different trajectory on my life, maybe. You know what I mean? And then another thing is like, I don't know, Twitter. Twitter is the hub of this stuff. I might have a potential job offer, but that's very. Um, we'll see about that. We'll see about that one. I'll have to talk more if it blossomed. But like, I just reached out randomly. You know what I mean? And it's just like things just happen. You know, you just gotta put yourself out there. So that's something I'm gonna be doing more and more. Um, and I think it has a massive upside. So I highly recommend it. You know, just reach out to people because people are a lot more receptive than you would think. You know what I mean? If you're reaching out for a decent reason, you know, people want to help. So just do it. Just do it. You know, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's gonna pay off. So yeah, that does it for me today, and I will see you all tomorrow.